What's up, everybody? We know this isn't our normal thing, but we've had enough requests to talk about comic books enough to where we're going to throw out this episode of Nerd Alert for everybody to listen to, just so we stay semi-regular.
And I want to apologize in advance because I know last episode I said the next episode is going to be Flatwoods, but it's not. It's going to be this. And to be completely honest with you guys, I'm probably not going to be able to get to Flatwoods until after the semester starts. So some of you are probably like, what do you mean by that? Because I really don't know how much I talk about my work on the show. I know our patrons are kind of aware of what I do, but I work at a university, and the fall semester is about to start, and it's always a crazy time of year. And then I got extra shit thrown at me this year that I need to account for, which is really adding to my stress levels and workload. So I don't want to present a shitty version of this Flatwood show because I'm very excited about it. So I figured it would be better to give you guys that show once things have died down and I've had a chance to breathe for a minute. So for people that aren't into the nerd shit, I'm sorry. But this episode, we're going to be talking about a comic book convention that Mateo is going to next week, right? Maybe this week by the time this episode comes out. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
And there's a music festival I'm going to the same weekend. So usually I go to the sci-fi horror fest, but this year I got there's this awesome festival going on. I got the opportunity to go to the festival, so that's what I'm doing instead. So that's this episode. We're gonna get nerdy with it, and I apologize in advance if you are not a nerd. So I don't know, get nerdier, I guess. I don't know what to tell you guys.
Get nerdier is, I'd say that's good advice. That's all you need to tell.
Yeah, I think everybody should heed that advice. Just fucking get nerdier. Let's go.
All right, so it's GalaxyCon time again. So I'm about to head to San Jose. I think it's August 30th, so it's later in the month. But they've pulled a fucking fast one on me, dude. Keith Pollard's gonna be there. If you guys don't know, Keith Pollard's my favorite comic book artist. And I collect comic books that are Bronze Age, kind of 60s, 70s, 80s. So these are my favorites. Are all older gentlemen. That was surprising to see that Keith Pollard's going to be there.
Yeah, I'm sure you were stoked about that.
I couldn't believe it. I'm so stoked. There's there's books.
That's so cool.
Yeah, there's books I didn't even own that I would do anything for him to sign, and I have multiple copies of them now. So there's like a lot of dream books that'll get signed. But they pulled another fast one on me, and they added Al Milgrom, and
that's so awesome.
Yeah, that's insane to me. He did so many covers that I love, from Spider-Man, Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, and then shortly after that, they fucking announced Bob Layton, which is
goddamn.
Yeah, another Bronze Age artist.
They're like, give me all your monies.
Yeah, exactly.
And you say, I will do it. Here you go.
Right. Yeah. And that's what kind of we're gonna go through, because again, these are the guys I collect, and I can pull out 50 books easy to have these guys sign if signature costs weren't a thing, and not being a dickhead and holding everybody up for a half an hour while they do that.
Yeah, let me pull out my long box. I would like you to sign everything, please. Thank you.
It happens. For real.
Wow, what dicks.
Uh-huh.
I like you got to be such a scumbag nerd to do that. Like fuck everybody's time and fuck your time. I want your signature. Do it, monkey.
Mm-hmm. It happens a lot, dude. See, that's kind of like what I want to get into. First, I'm going to show you the books that I'm guaranteed locking in. I'm getting these books signed, because there's like with those those guys who were introduced into the GalaxyCon guest list. That's not even the end of it, dude. Like last week, they announced that Marv fucking Wolfman is going to be there, and he's the
God damn, that's crazy.
And he's a legend. All these guys are legendary.
Yeah.
But Marv Wolfman's a writer, and he wrote like basically my childhood, everything I grew up reading as far as comic books. So I'll start off by showing you the ones I'm gonna get signed for sure. Because like this, I'm no shit, guys. I've saved since the day after last GalaxyCon. This is what I saved my money for all year. But like after my computer broke and then fucking just regular dues for like website hosting and all that shit hit, I have to cut shit out because they just dropped like 4 legends in my lap, and I'm like, holy shit, that's not what I was expecting. So, but the first one here is you can see it on camera. It's by Jolie Jones. It's Absolute Wonder Woman #2, which I think it's a pretty cool cover. Her style's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool. I'm not familiar with her work at all, but that's pretty cool.
No, it's all these new artists. And then from her, another one, Absolute Batman #5.
Nice.
Those are for my wife. Those are going to get signed regardless. On top of all those guys that I mentioned, there's like Robbie Rodriguez will be there, and fucking Mark Bagley's going to be there. So,
that's rad.
Yeah. I'm going to get this signed by Christopher Priest, who's a legendary writer. So I've got a Vampelra, a virgin cover of Vampelra.
Nice.
And that's again, just as an example, just because all these guys have popped up, I would love to have him sign this one too. That's a beautiful art germ cover.
Yeah, that's very cool cover. I like that a lot.
Yeah, but again, $10
Are you posting these in the show notes, by the way, or are people just gonna listen to us go, ooh, ooh?
I'll put them in the show notes. I have a link to like a website that has my entire collection in it, so people can look up everything I have. But like again, like $10 a signature, I have to cut out the art germ cover, which sucks. It's painful, I've never seen Christopher Priest around here, and I have 25 issues of Vampelra I can pull out and have him sign. That's like he keeps Vampelra alive as far as I'm concerned. These are some other ones that I'm going to get signed for sure. This is a virgin cover Vampelra from Drew Moss.
Nice.
But again, like I might have to cut this out to pay for other signatures.
Are you getting anything done? Are you having Mark Bagley sign anything?
Yes, I have one book that I'm going to have him sign for sure. And then another book that I'll probably have to cut out, but I don't know if it's worth cutting out. You'll see my dilemma in a minute.
Okay. All right. I'm getting ahead of things.
Yeah. Check out this Spawn virgin cover.
Which we should at least say what issues these are so people can, if they're...
Yeah, Spawn 300. It's the Jerome Opeña cover.
That's a fucking sweet cover, though.
Yeah,
Holy
dude.
Shit.
Yeah, I was so lucky I was able to find a virgin cover of that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm going to get Radioactive Spider-Gwen #1, and then Spider-Gwen #18, and then a literal Spider-Gwen #1 signed by Robbie Rodriguez.
That's awesome. Dude, I forgot, like I was going through my comics recently, and I didn't realize that I had Spider-Gwen #1.
Really?
I have no recollection of buying it. And I'm just looking through. I'm like, oh fuck, I have this. Wow, that's very cool. I completely forget because I wasn't buying Spider-Gwen like when the after the Spider-Verse series ended and she got her own title. I wasn't buying it, so I don't know where I got it. I must have bought it sometime, probably on a free comic book day. I bet I saw it like 50% off on free comic book day and picked it up or something. But yeah, I own that as well.
Yeah, that's fantastic, dude. That's so cool that you still have it.
Yeah, especially when I didn't realize I did. I'm just looking through, like, when I was going through my comics a few months back, I was just blown away. It was so fun going through, because my comics have been in the attic for years, and I haven't gone through them. The only long box that I have here in my office is my amazing Spider-Man box. So all my other comics are in the attic. So I was going through them, and it fucking blew me away, all the shit that I had. I'm like, man, this is so cool. it's like seeing old friends that you forgot existed, and you're like, oh my god, and everything just comes flooding back. It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that a great deal.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the start of my dilemma. So
all right.
just for ballpark, Keith Pollard's $30 a signature, which is kind of high.
Yeah.
So I that's,
but he's no spring chicken, so
no,
you know.
Yeah, I don't. $30 is fine with me. So
Yeah.
now that they added Al Milgram's done covers with Keith Pollard.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, great, that's awesome. And then since they added Bob Layton's done covers with Keith Pollard. So my goal, what I wanted to do was have like a solo book signed by Milgram, a solo book signed by Layton, and then a Keith Pollard Layton cover signed by both of them, and then a Milgram cover and Pollard cover signed by both of them, and have Pollard sign his own book. But that's check out my dilemma, okay? So here we go. Venom Lethal Protector #1, Mark Bagley cover, beautiful. Fucking inks done by Al Milgram. That's another fucking $20 signature. So that's not just fucking $10 for Mark Bagley now. Now it's $30 to get signed.
Yeah, I think you got to do that. That shouldn't even be a dilemma.
No, it's not. But it's just an example. Okay, so
right.
Here we go. Keith Pollard, Bob Layton. So this so automatic 30 for Pollard. It's going to be 10 for Layton, and that's maybe. They always change when you get there. So I don't, I don't know. And these are the ones I definitely want to get signed.
I really hope that one of them is the cover that I'm thinking of for Pollard. I really hope.
This is that's straight up Al Milgram cover.
Nice.
I think it's third appearance of the black suit.
Hell yeah.
And then this one's crazy. So, and again, now it's just another additional signatures. This is one of my favorites.
Oh, that's a good one.
Keith Pollard, Al Milgram cover, written by Marv Wolfman. So this one's going to be triple signed.
Get all through. Yeah. I think you got to do that.
Okay. So, and then here's another. This is one of my major dilemmas. This is my favorite, second favorite comic book cover of all time. I grew up with this poster on my wall. My kids grew up with this poster in their room. And like when I got it, they like made me open it, and they're like, "That's the real book." And I have like 5 copies of this book. I have a graded copy of this book at a 9.6, and when I bought it, it was like one of 4 copies graded that high in existence. This one is why I'm going, from Keith Pollard, and again.
And what is that? What number is that? Amazing Spider-Man.
The Amazing Spider-Man 186.
That's awesome. That's not the cover I was thinking of, though.
For Pollard? From Pollard?
I was thinking the one with him running up the side of the building.
Okay, I have that one signed by Pollard.
Oh, do you? Okay,
yeah.
That was the one that I was thinking of.
That is my favorite Spider-Man cover. Yeah. That one I have like 5 copies of. I have direct editions. I even have a fucking Mark Jeweler version of that book.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So like since I have to have all those double signed, like checked out this Bob Layton cover.
A coffin for the Amazing Spider-Man. That's so awesome.
Yeah. So like that's gonna be a bunch of money with like basically half of them are gonna get double signed now. These are the ones I'm kind of being forced to cut out. So I don't know if should I save a couple? Should I fucking just suck it the fuck up? But this is yet another Al Milgram, Keith Pollard cover, Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man #28. It's Keith Pollard with somebody else, but at another $30, like fuck, but I love this cover. This is one of my favorite covers.
Yeah, that's a great one with Scorpion.
Yeah, the perspective is just classic.
What is that, 20? Is that 21?
Peter Parker,
Parker.
Spectacular Spider-Man #21. And I have to cut it out, because now I have 3 Pollards is $90.
Right. Yeah.
And
it's a tough one.
Already with Milgram doing Venom.
Oh, that one. God damn.
Yeah. And this is pure Al Milgram. So I'm like, fuck.
So guys, the cover of this one, it's Spider-Man holding a seemingly dead black cat and like throwing his head to the ceiling and says, "At death's door."
Yeah, one of the rare blood like depictions.
It's such a dude. I think you got to get that one. That's so fucking awesome.
Right. Okay. So I thought that too until I kept digging through my shit and found this album.
Oh no! Oh no! So this one's Spidey web slinging against Hobgoblin, and it's like a perspective where they're like flying down directly at the point of view, and you see the buildings surrounding. Oh my god, it's a great cover.
Yeah. So that's like this would be like my 8th Al Milgrom book. and here's another one for Milgrom, and you can see right here.
Yeah, the other two. Oh, but that one's already signed.
It's signed. The cover's done by Bob Hall and Al Milgrom. So like this would get.
So yeah, that changes. Oh shit. Yeah, I know. I see your problem, dude. I do see your problem, and I think the only solution is to buy lotto tickets up the asshole and fucking hope you land, and then get it all done.
This one makes me sad, dude.
Yeah,
that's a Bob Layton.
But when it comes to Spidey versus Iron Man, like you got to get the Spidey signed over the Iron Man. But holy fuck, that's a great cover.
Yeah.
Is that 100 or 109? I can't.
199.
Oh, 199. Okay. Yeah, that's a fucking great cover that was flying through the windshield. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and this one I'm gonna have to probably pass on Bagley signing. And to be honest with you, like through Cheddar. I think I have like 6 or 7 Bagley signatures already.
Do you?
Yeah, but I don't.
I've only got one. I've got Ultimate Spider-Man 100 signed by him.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So I don't like if I add these any of those Al Milgroms, dude, it's like I'm moving into like $60-$70 just for him.
Yeah.
It's killing my life.
Yeah.
The Bob Hall one, like having to pass up on that.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm glad that I'm gonna get this one for sure.
Yeah, I think you got to get the Black Cat one.
Yeah, it's a tough one, but like this one is. I wanted one signed just by Pollard, and I was hoping it would be this one. But do I pass up on Marv Wolfman signing that? Do I just grab another one and pay
No, I don't think you do.
Right? Do I grab another copy of this book and fucking have Pollard just sign that one? And if I do, that's another $30.
Yeah, no, I think you should get them both together though. But I understand I don't know, man. That's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. It's hard. And like, there's like, I've talked about it before. And like, there's, I'll send you a video, Mike. There's a famous comic book artist who recently went on a rant about this. And I want to know what you think because he's half fucking right. So there's been many times, and I've named the names before. I don't want to name the names again, but there's artists that, like, you know, when you go to these cons, on their guest list on their website, they have their price list set out already. Raw signatures this much, a remark, which is them drawing like a quick sketch, 3x3-inch sketch of something, is this much. Or you can commission them to do work and they'll draw it while they're there at the con. And it all has that pricing list set out. And that's awesome. So there's been plenty of times where we've gone somewhere and the artist is now charging double than what was said at their price list. And some of them you can even see them cross out their original price list and then add money onto it. And that, I think that kind of sucks.
Wow, that's kind of fucked. Yeah, that is fucked up to advertise for one thing and then backpedal and be like, give me more since you're here. Like that's pretty fucked up.
There was somebody who was like, your first 5 are free. After that, it's $10 a book. And that's
fucking super generous.
And that's how a lot of artists do it. And it's really cool. Sometimes it's the first 3 are free. And that was cool. That's super generous.
But artists know that, like I think artists should, like, I don't fault them for charging at all.
Yeah, me neither.
And same goes for like celebrities at conventions and stuff. Like I've talked on the show before about going to the horror and sci-fi, and like I got Bill Moseley's signature last year, and that cost $40. But the reality of the situation is there's a lot of people that'll just go and sell it on eBay. So if that person's going to make money off somebody's signature, they might as well get a cut of that too, you know?
Right.
So like but it's fucked up to advertise and then raise your price once you're there. That's pretty fucked up.
Right. To that one person who did the first 5 are free, when we got there, and dude, we took like maybe 11 books, 12 books, you know, to have them sign. We got there, it was $20 a signature. Like not a one was fucking free. And that sucked. And I ended up paying to have all those books signed. It's like with somebody who like my whole family likes a lot. But that was just like another $100 and something bucks that we didn't expect, you know, to spend. And it's everything from like free to $10, free to $20, $10 to $20, $20 to $30. And there's people who charge insane prices. Go look up Rob Liefeld, you'll laugh. You know, there's some people who earn
Which is ridiculous considering the quality of his art, but you know, that's a joke in and of itself these days.
But like, there's people like Keith Pollard who I'm more than happy to pay $30 for a signature. But with the addition of everybody else who I'm going to have them double sign it, it cut out like 3 or 4 Pollard books. And like, again, like Marv Wolfman's 80. I don't know how many cons
you're not going to get exactly. Yeah. You gotta strike while the iron's hot.
Right. And I have like a lot of stuff he did. Like he did a lot of Marvel team ups, and I have almost that entire run. And Marvel Presents too. I got almost more than half that run. And he did tons of that stuff, but it's just as an editor. Like I can go through some of my really cool old ASMs, and Christopher Priest is credited on there, but only as an editor. And I like, as somebody who's an art dude, I don't think I want an editor's signature on my book. Like to me, I think that's just a little too far.
I got this one book. It's a Spider-Man book. It was signed by Dan Slott, Fred Van Lente, and Tom Brennan. So for people that don't know, Fred Van Lente is a comic book writer, and Dan Slott is I don't know if he still is, but at the time was the primary writer for Amazing Spider-Man. And Tom Brennan was the Spider-Man editor. The weird thing is, this book was not written by Fred Van Lente or Dan Slott, but they both signed the book. And Tom Brennan, for whatever reason, also signed the book. It's fucking weird.
That is weird.
I've never seen a book that was signed by writers that didn't write the book. I wish I knew the backstory on it, but unfortunately I don't.
I don't know who gave it to me, but it's a blank sketch cover of Spider-Gwen, but it's signed by Willis Portacio. And I don't think he's ever done Spider-Gwen anything. It's weird, but I was like, I'll take the Willis Portacio signature, thanks.
Yeah, it's weird. Like as a artist or a writer, I wouldn't want to sign something that wasn't mine.
Right? Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Of all people, I've heard Chris Barnes talk about that, because George Fisher will sign Cannibal Corpse CDs that Chris Barnes was the vocalist on, and he's like, I don't get it. Like, why is he signing my shit? and you know, say what you want about Chris Barnes, but that's a fair point.
Yeah, it is. But that's also funny that fucking Corpse Grinder is just signing it anyway.
Yeah, it is. I fucking love George.
So there's a rather famous comic book artist. I'll send you the video. You'll know who it is. But like, I think it was a couple weeks ago, they just went on this big old rant on some social media platform, and he literally says like, fuck all these tourists and fuck all these fans. He's like, you can spend that time at home drawing and making money instead of these motherfuckers having you sign 90 copies of their books and selling it on Whatnot. So it seems like resellers are like, I'm literally feeling the hit of resellers being pieces of shit. Yeah,
and that's exactly it. Because like you said, you'll have some asshole with a long box go up and be like, oh, I've got 200 issues I'd like you to sign. And they're like, fuck you, dude. Like, you know you're selling. Oh, you've got 5 copies of the same book that you're getting signed, and they're all for you, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah, that's pretty. It's getting pretty shitty. It's getting to the point to where they're noticing it, and people are gonna up
of
their.
course.
I fucking have a really, really, really hard time that Marv Wolfman charges $10. That's like it's posted. I have a hard time believing Bob Layton charges $10. That Al Milgram charges $10, but Keith Pollard charges 30.
Yeah,
and 30's worth it. That's fine. But I just like I know in my fucking gut I'm gonna get there, and I'm gonna be able to have
raise the price.
Yeah, I'm gonna get them to sign like one book each.
Yeah, it's tough. If I think in the situation that they're in, I'd be like, you're limited to fucking 6 books or something.
Yeah.
You know, like there's no reason why some you need 10 of my signature.
Yeah. That's crazy. You know, I like when I met Rick Leonardi, I told him like I had 2 copies of Spidey 2099 #1, and I was like, one of these is for a friend of mine. He's like, oh, that's cool. How nice of you to, you know, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know, and when I met Eric Larson, I
agree. That is very nice of you.
And when I met Eric Larson, I had him sign 2 copies of Savage Dragon #1. One of those is for you. And I again,
that is very nice of you.
And I told him like, sorry for so many books. And he Eric Larson was a super nice guy. He was like, dude, we do it while we're here, man. That's why we're here. And you know, the guys in front of me were like, I have a lot of books. Is that okay? And he's like, I don't care. He's like, that's why I'm here. Like, he doesn't charge anything.
That's awesome.
At all. No matter how many books you bring to him. You know, there's a lot of artists who are like, you know, they supported you when they bought your book, but I have no problem paying for a signature. Like, for me, comic books are an art thing, you know, so having the artist sign that piece of art, that's way cool to me. I'm not going to, these aren't to sell though. I'm not selling any of these. These are for my children to sell when that time comes, you know?
If they want to.
Yeah, if they want to, you know? So, but yeah, dude, like, and a lot of artists are following suit. They're going to start charging up the ass. I know that there's certain artists, if you have a different colored marker than what they have, there's like, charges $15 if you have a color that he's not signing with.
Oh, shit. That's crazy.
Yeah. Is famous for just drawing a line on your comic book because he does not agree with fucking people. Yeah, Cheddar has shown it to me. It's hilarious.
Why do it then?
I don't know. I have no idea. It's weird.
It is weird though. Like I've got a signed Scotty Young. I know you've got some signed Scotty Youngs. His signature varies so much. Like, you look at the way he signs the covers, like, you know, that are printed, very different. And then you look at the ones that are actually like handwritten that he does on people's books, and they just between those ones they're varied.
He definitely has,
it's like depending on what mood he's in, he signs it a certain way.
Yeah, he definitely has like one he signs his artwork with, and one he signs signature like at cons with. Like, my daughter has one that came from his personal website where he signed it, and it's like, I was like, how is that his signature? And I had to turn it sideways. Yeah. There it is. There it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's just S. Young. And I was like, what does this say?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think his art, he just signs Scotty, doesn't he?
Yeah, on the comic books.
Yeah.
Sometimes he puts Scotty Young, but it's just all spelt out. And it's not signed. Yeah. You know, it's not a signature whatsoever. It's print.
No. Yeah.
But that's my stack, and I'm sticking with it. I got to see how it goes when I get there. You know, if their prices are the same, like what they're advertising, I might throw in like that Spidey and Black Cat cover or that Hobgoblin cover. You know, that would be cool. I'm stoked on getting that Venom 1 signed. Like I said,
you definitely got to get that signed for sure.
A newsstand book. That's like a $45, $50 book.
Yeah, you got to get that.
And I know that, God, I forget his name because I'm a dick, but there's 2 inkers on that Lethal Protector run. And I had no idea Al Milgram was one of them, so that'll be cool. I'm stoked to get the Venom double signed.
Yeah, that'll be very cool.
Yeah, but I'm not doing like last year, dude. Like, I literally had over 30 books signed, and like nobody even wants to go back. They're like fucking. It was such a hard task to do, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. There's like 4 guys there I want to see.
Yeah. Make the most of your time there, you know? Like, why don't bullshit with stuff that you don't want to be dealing with.
Right. And they're still adding people, so like, fuck, dude, just don't add like fucking Arthur Adams, you know. I fucking just got a Lady Death Arthur Adams, and I was hoping he'd come this year, and he didn't.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I didn't even know he did one. I was like, oh shit,
I didn't either.
No,
that's awesome.
Cheddar, I got it from Cheddar. Don't add Andy Amberlin, who'd inked all of Maximum Carnage. Just don't do it. And again, I save all year for this, but the computer going down and shit, and holy shit.
Yeah. And that's next Saturday and Sunday.
I believe so. It's on. Well, actually, it's on August 30th. They're doing it the last week for some reason.
Oh, they did it. Oh, okay. Yeah, cause it used to be the same weekend as the Sci-Fi Horror Fest,
right? Like
for the past few years.
And it kind of sucks because I don't go on the Friday because, like, you know, wife's got work, kids have school, and then Saturday is when I go, and I usually go back Sunday, but Cape and Cowl Con is going to be the same Sunday.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, and Terry Dodson's going to be there. And last time, we stood there for like 45 minutes where his table was, and like we got close to an hour. And I was like, my wife's like, there's other people we need to get signatures from. Like, there's other shit we wanted to do. So we walked around and got their signatures, and we came back, dude. It was we were never going to get a signature. No, the line was so long. So we're going to try again this year. And there's a dude who did a Violator Spawn cover that I got. I found a virgin cover of it by chance. And I went back a week later. They had another virgin cover. So I literally bought them both. And that'll be a really cool one to have signed. Actually,
yeah, definitely.
Hold on 1 second, actually. Now, this one, when I first saw it, I didn't buy it. I was like, man, if I can find a virgin cover, that I'll take it because the art's great. But I actually have 2 of them now.
Oh, damn. That's super cool.
Isn't that cool? And he's going to be at Cape and Cowl Con. So I was like, I got to go just for that.
Right? Yeah.
It'll be cool. So Cape and Cowl is always a good time. There's so many cool people there. And most of those people there, they're from the Bay Area, and they're really chill. Like I didn't see anybody like Terry Dodson charged, but everybody else, they weren't even charging for signatures.
That's cool.
Yeah,
hopefully it's that way this year too.
Yeah. Jonathan Wayshek was there last year, and he did one of the Violator covers, a couple of them, and the pencils inside. So that was crazy. And when I showed him that's what I wanted to have him sign, he was like, "Whoa, nobody's brought this to me," and he just wanted to talk about working on Violator, and I was like, "That's fucking great."
That is cool.
Yeah, I tried to pay him. He's like, "Get out of here."
Nice.
Yeah, super cool. So, yep, that hopefully it'll work out. Hopefully, artists won't be like, "Yep, you're gonna put this on eBay, you little bitch. It's $70 a signature now."
Yeah. Cut your arm off and give it to me, boy.
I'm not a reseller. I'm gonna make a shirt that says I'm not a reseller.
I'm just a fanboy.
Yeah. I'm just a fucking dork, bro.
Yeah. So I've got coming up the Endless Fires Fest, which I don't know if you recall the original Hellfest that took place in Syracuse, New York, like I think in 2000, 2001, but it was like a big hardcore festival.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So there were 2 promoters that were doing that show, and one of the promoters started Endless Fires promotion company, and they've been teasing this festival all year. They put on a show in January. It was a hardcore show in Liverpool, New York, which is a suburb of Syracuse. But that one was headlined by Haywire, and then it had Nasty, Missing Link, Cross of Disbelief, Unreal City, and Frozen Ground. And that was like the kickoff for this promotion company, the Endless Fires. And then they did the 30-year anniversary show for Gamora's Season Ends. So it was headlined by Earth Crisis and then Strife, All Out War, and then some local bands, Ghost Ship, Holder, and As Shara. But that one was in May. And at that point, they still hadn't announced this festival. They just keep teasing, like, more to come about the Endless Fires Fest. And they really pushing this was the promoter from the original Hellfest. And so finally they released the lineup. And it was, I was honestly expecting a lot more out of the lineup, but then they announced that Gwar was headlining night one, and I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, I'm going. But
That's fantastic.
There's some big names. Yeah. And even cooler is X-Cops are playing, which is the members of Gwar's other band.
That's
and
awesome.
They're basically like a satirical cop band. So like they're playing like heavy punk music, talking about being, a shitty cop. It's pretty good. But it's a 2-night event, and they were teasing that they were gonna do a show the day before the festival on Friday, but I haven't seen anything about that, so I have no idea. But Saturday is being headlined by Gwar, but also the Circle Jerks are gonna be there. American Nightmare, Comeback Kid.
Whoa.
Bleeding Through is coming back. I never really got into them.
Really?
No, I actually, it's funny. They were touring with, I think it was definitely the Red Chord. And I can't remember the other band they were touring with, but I went to this show and Bleeding Through is a headliner. And my friend and I went primarily for the Red Chord, who was the band right before Bleeding Through. And we got there at the beginning. We stayed through all the bands until the Red Chord. Once the Red Chord was over, we left, and we passed the singer in the parking lot, and he's like doing vocal exercises, but it was like, cause we literally like had to walk right past him, and he was kind of just hanging out. And when we walked by, he started pacing back and forth, just going la 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 la, like he wanted us to be like, oh, you're the singer guy. But instead we just walked on by. Fuck that guy. No, I not really fuck that guy. I got nothing against him. I never really got super into Bleeding Through.
Right. Yeah. A lot of people did.
Yeah, they got huge in the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Like as far as music from the scene goes, they got pretty big. But 18 Visions is also returning for this show. Yeah. So I don't know how good they're going to be. I used to like them back in the day, but I don't. They got a little too emo later in their career for my taste. So I don't know what they sound like now.
Yeah, for me, the emo I wouldn't have minded so much. But they got poppy.
Yeah, they did. Like after Vanity, like I feel like Vanity, they started taking a turn for the emo, but then after that it did get pretty poppy.
Yeah, and to me it just got to being a gag, like an ironic thing, like poppy hardcore. And I was like, all right.
Yeah. I'm not into their later stuff at all, but
yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be there. And fucking Through the Eyes of the Dead are gonna be there, dude.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah, I'm stoked for that. Yeah, but there's I mean, just night one, there's a shit ton of hardcore and metal bands, and then night two is being headlined by 3-6 Mafia, which is fucking crazy to have a hardcore metal fest headlined by a hip hop group. But
right.
Night 2 has a few hip-hop groups. Project Pat is going to be there. Lil White's going to be there. But the return of Madball, I didn't even know they were still doing music, but they're going to be there. I never really got into Madball all that much either, though. Boundaries is going to be there.
I liked them later in life. Like listening back to their stuff, I appreciated it a lot more.
Yeah, I probably would if I went back. Because I mean, they were kind of hardcore pioneers.
Yeah.
But yeah, this festival is going to be awesome. And back in like the mid to late 90s and into the 2000s, the Syracuse music scene was fucking fantastic. And then it kind of fell by the wayside a bit, but it's coming back in a huge way, man. Like just the whole all across upstate New York, like there's so many awesome bands. Like I just went to a free metal festival last weekend called Metal at the Marina. And there's this marina in Frankfort, New York. This is the third annual one. I didn't even hear about it the first 2 years, but it's definitely on my radar for next year already. But it's a free festival for one. It's just held at the marina, and you just fucking roll up. And they had there were 8 bands scheduled, but there's a band called Kings and Thieves, which are a deathcore band. They did a no call, no show, which is pretty shitty.
Yeah.
I don't know what the deal there was, but it was scheduled to start at 1. It didn't start till 2 because the other band wasn't there. And then after the second band went on, the promoter came on and he said, we haven't heard from them. We don't know what the deal is, but they're not going to be here. And they never showed up. And then it was kind of there were a lot of things that went wrong with that, and it was still so fucking awesome. But one band that was there called the Omen Machine, it was their first show, and their singer had a death in the family and had a funeral that day, so he couldn't be there. So they played an all instrumental set, and they were so fucking tight. Like I was blown away that it was their first show. Like they were so fucking tight, dude.
That's awesome.
No mistakes, like super technical metal. I don't even know what the vocals would have sounded like, because it was like super technical shit, and they were just so on. No mistakes, no, like, and they were all like, they all had great stage presence. Like they all seemed like vets. It was the fact that was their first show fucking blew me away. But they were so awesome. And then it was the headliner was a band called Intercourse, and while they were on, the power went out 4 times, and the weather was fucking beautiful. So I don't know why it went out, but the weather went out 4 times. And after the 4th time, they said, we quit. we're done. But just all across New York, though, there's so many local bands that are coming up now that are just playing shows every fucking week. And it's cool to see the music scene coming back, and especially the fact that it's like primarily hardcore and metal music that's coming up. Like, and some of these bands are just so fucking good, man. Like it's not going to be a surprise at all when these bands start getting signed by recognizable labels and getting on national tours.
Yeah.
And it's just cool to be like, oh, I saw them play for 10 people. You know, like in a small shitty club, just me and 10 strangers watching these guys, and now they're fucking on a national tour, like touring with Lorna Shore or something.
Mm-hmm. There's been a couple of times where I've been like at like a record store and digging through stuff, come across like a band that we play with 1,000 times, and you're like, oh, cool, they made it.
Yeah, that's got to be awesome.
Yeah, always interesting.
Yeah. And it's just nice because I love going to concerts. I go to tons of concerts every year, and it's just nice to know that, like, if I'm ever bored on a weekend, I'm sure there's a fucking hardcore show playing somewhere within an hour from me.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. And typically hardcore shows are like $10-15 and you get like 5 bands. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. 5 bands. The show is 2.5 hours long. And that's it. Each band gets 15 minutes, and here we go.
Yeah, the good old days.
Yeah, but I'm fucking stoked for this festival, man. I wasn't expecting to go. I was planning, like, up until about a week ago, I was planning on doing the Sci-Fi Horror Fest, but one of my friends has convinced me to go to this instead, so that's what I'm doing. And I've only seen Gwar once since Dave Brockie died, and it was at an amphitheater show, so it wasn't like a real Gwar show.
Yeah.
It was, it wasn't the full experience. Like, I was up on the fucking hill watching the stage. Like, this is going to be my first time really seeing GWAR be GWAR since Dave Brockie died 12 years ago.
Damn. I can't believe it's been that long.
I know. It still bums me out too. But he, it was weird. It was so fucking weird seeing them. For one, seeing them in that way, like at an amphitheater, seeing GWAR play was fucking weird. But it was just weird seeing them without Odorous.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a completely different, like, he was such a stage presence, and there's no way you can replicate that. So you just gotta, if you're gonna continue on, you just gotta do something different. And they do, but it's just weird. And hearing somebody else sing his songs is fucking weird. But at least their singer, their current singer is their original bassist. So it's at least somebody that's from the band. It's not just like a rando. And he actually sang some songs back in the day on GWAR albums as well. So
right.
So it's cool that it's like still kept in the family, but it's just it was a bummer seeing GWAR without Odorous. So I am looking forward to finally seeing them for real with their new singer. And well, I guess he's not new anymore. It's been fucking 12 years. But it'll be cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that sounds like it's going to be awesome. Yeah, I'm stoked that Pollard's going to be there. I'm stoked that all those guys are going to be there. These are all guys that I grew up loving. Like, just, these are all the comics I had when I was a kid and all the ones that I've rebought as an adult. So I like, there's, to be honest with you, I didn't know Marv Wolfman and Al Milgrom were still alive. Like, those guys are pretty old.
Yeah.
I am way stoked on that. I'm glad, like, Pollard didn't go back last year, and I was like, okay, I wonder if, he finally tapped out. He's, it sucks sitting there all fucking day. Like, you sit there all day. So it's like, oh, okay, at least I got one book signed from him. So I'm glad I get that 186. At least I get that signed again. I had a chance at least. Like, I have to have like 6 copies of that book.
There aren't too many that I've got duplicates of. I think there's like maybe 3 or 4 books that I own that I've got duplicates.
There's plenty of covers that if I see it, I buy it. There's that Spider-Man Wolverine. I think Christopher Priest wrote, actually. I might have him sign that. I think I have 6 copies of that. And if Cheddar gets it, I buy it. It's when Peter Park punches a woman to death on accident. So I always buy it. And he kind of just swings home. He's like, shit.
Oops, my bad.
Yeah, it was Wolverine's fault, but yeah, he killed a lady by punching her so fucking hard. Not so friendly savage neighborhood now.
The savage Spider-Man.